Well, hello, and welcome to the final full week of reading in our Central Reads 2024 Bible reading plan. Next week we have 2 short days, and then we'll start a new plan in 2025. But this week we have, it's a wonderful week of reading. It's Christmas this week, obviously, and on Christmas Eve and then Christmas Day, we get to read 2 chapters from John on the resurrection. It's kind of the wrong holiday. We celebrate that at Easter. But, his death, which is what we'll read about on Monday, and then his resurrection on Tuesday and Wednesday, Christmas, in a way it's perfectly fitting because it is what Jesus came for. He came to give his life. And Jesus says that early in the Gospel of John, if you remember. We all remember it. It's the most famous verse in the Bible, right? God so loved the world that he gave his only son. That was why he came, to give himself. And so he accomplishes his goal in chapter 19 and then 20 and 21, and it's beautiful. And I hope that this Christmas Eve, you can read these Easter chapters filled with hope. And then the rest of the week, we have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There's 3 different Psalms that we're reading. And Psalm 136 is the one that we're reading on Thursday. And it's an interesting psalm. You'll see when you get there, but it's this constant refrain for all these things that God has done, for all these things that God is, and then there's this refrain of "For His love endures forever," and it's one of those themes that's so rich throughout, especially the Old Testament. The New Testament is Jesus is the living, breathing, walking, talking incarnation of this reality, that His steadfast love endures forever. Psalm 136 is beautiful in that way. And then the next day, we're doing Psalm 139, which is something of another, it's a famous psalm. It's such an important psalm. This is the one where we can't flee from God's presence. Before we were even born, God knew us. It's just beautiful. It's a psalm where whatever kind of day you're having, whatever kind of week, season of life you're having, no matter how dark the darkness might be sometimes, go to this psalm. It is just stunning in its beauty. And then the last day of this week, Saturday, is Psalm 145, and it's another one that's kind of reflecting on this, his steadfast love endures forever. And so anyway, this is a great week of reading, our last full week with this plan, and then next week we'll do 2 more days and then get to something new. All right, I hope you have a great week of reading, and if you don't see me, if I don't see you, I hope you have a wonderful Christmas.